Well, a member of the royal family staff has resigned after making racist comments to a British charity boss at a reception held by Queen Consort Camilla. In a statement, Buckingham Palace has said it's unacceptable and deeply regrettable that the comments have been made. Ngozi Fulani, Chief Executive of charity Sister Space, said that she was asked by the household member where she really came from. And joining us now is Sunrise Royal Editor Rob Jobson. Morning to you, Jobbo. Wow, it's a really bad look for Buckingham Palace. They were pretty quick to respond.
Well, Mon, you couldn't make it up. They were quite quick to respond, but really it was outrageous what was said. They've apologised, the woman's left her position, but the problem that they've got, of course, is what it just says about Buckingham Palace. So after all the accusations that have been flying about racism, it's there in black and white. I mean, she's not just a member of staff; she's a very close friend of the Queen, 60-odd years her friend, and she was also Prince William's godmother. So, you know, there's no getting away from this. But they've come out and said what they've said. The woman's left her honorary position, and it's a terrible state of affairs.
OK, so you just mentioned there about the accusations that Meghan Markle and Harry have previously made about the royal family and racism. Is there a wider problem within the royals?
I don't think so, but, you know, the reality is this doesn't help. I mean, this is a member of staff who's an elderly lady in her 80s who has said what she said. It's inexcusable, but the reality is it doesn't necessarily mean that it's anything to do in terms of the way the royal family feel. But a lot of people are saying, Mon, that, you know, this person who's, you know, lived and breathed the royal family for the last, 50 years, he just will be a reflection upon the sort of things that are said in private at Buckingham Palace. And so it's a real problem for the palace. I know that Prince William's spokesman who's here. Of course, William will be arriving in Boston with Kate very shortly for their first engagement, but has said very clearly that, you know, racism is not going to be tolerated. Yeah. And I know he's been spearheading a real diversity push at the palace, but, you know, it's a terrible look.
Because the royal family, they're all about protocol. And Susan Hussey, as you said, worked there for more than 6 decades. So you know what's acceptable and what's not, right? Prince William and Kate, they're touring Boston. You know, this is going to overshadow that a bit.
Undoubtedly, because the last trip that William and Kate were on, the trip to the Caribbean, was all shrouded in the claims of racism and the optics that were looking so wrong there, with them, you know, talking to people behind a fence. So this is really not a great look for any of them. But I mean, Lady Susan Hussey's not just a member of staff as such. She was a lady in waiting, a senior lady in waiting to the Queen. They're on the sort of same, you know, they're friends of the royals. They're not, you know, working on a paid salary. They're aristocrats. She was the wife of Marmaduke Hussey, the Director General of the BBC. She's a very, you know, an high-ranking aristocrat. So she's been to hundreds and hundreds of receptions. She should know better than to talk to somebody like this.
Yeah, you would hope that Ngozi Fulani is invited back for her to actually have a nice time at the palace, you know, and to be celebrated as she should for her charity work. All right, thank you so much, Jobbo. Great to talk to you as always.